98.1 FM from 10 o'clock morning to 10:45 as you sef go get the chance for add your voice to the program. Brace up yourself and ready for another sports program. That na Sports Update Extra, where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM from Monday to Friday, as you will get detailed discussion and analysis on team them like football,
little chance for a marker now. Cyrillion with a magnificent equaliser.
Cricket, with other sporting discipline them, plus policy statements them.
Having overt conflict that will affect the sport, the legislation gives us the powers to deregister you.
And international sports news, fixture, and results from top league them na Europe. So, for just 45 minutes every day, listen to Sport Update Extra on Radio Democracy 98.1 FM from 10 o'clock morning to 10:45 as you sef go get the chance for add your voice to the program.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of the program Sports Update Extra, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And I'm Jaffa Mans Davis for this edition, and today inside this edition of the program we go look forward and build up to the potential of the Salon female team as they start the World Cup qualifiers double-header match against Ivory Coast U17 female team. Plus also we go continue for look at fixtures and from both local and international leagues them. And so you for the listen to we from wherever you get to from member say cable for use the phone line 077 981 981. The number again 077 981 981 for be part of this edition and add the voice to the different thing that we look at inside this edition of the program Sports Update Extra. With me in the studio today we get Mohamed Lamin Kebe. Mohamed, good morning and welcome to this edition of the program.
Good morning, Jaffa, and good morning to family who will listen.
Yes, in a moment we go into the names of players. Them we the national team coach for the U17 female team don't pick for represent Salon and the World Cup qualifiers we then go play against Ivory Coast. But Mohamed Lamin Kebe, looking back at the work done in female football as a project we start a little over 4 or 5 years ago. Before this term, you had the Salon, they get any kind of matches they are for U17 or even international fixture or national league in particular for female team. And now we don't get a lot of things them now. Now we compete now for World Cup qualifiers. How much of a progress we footballing administration don't make female football development at the country?
I feel say this is big and it is huge. Jaffa, it's good now when we discuss male football. Now, there is we don't see when you talk about football now, you get for use adjectives. Say male football or women football, male football. So it used to be football because in Sierra Leone, you know who asks whether na woman team or waiting. But now specification day. I think saying as much as we journalists them, we get the leverage, and it's also a mandate for pick up things that were very wrong now the sporting arena. I feel say it's also good for pressing when it is necessary. And Jaffa, I feel say this one is laudable, and now for this is a big thank you goes to the sporting authorities, say the National Sport Authority, yes, civil the Salon Football Association and Ministry of Sport. There has been concrete steps for ensure say female football self get a space in Salon, and we don't see them. So this under 17 qualification for female team, the players that we don't call up. I feel say it's because of the efforts. Now we have a national league for women. Then we they carry on. 3 or 4 years back, we don't see them coherently, and every year we don't see also improvements in terms of improving women football. in the country. Although a lot has to be done, but we just start. Baby steps are necessary, and then steps and they I feel say right at this particular time, and also now some of the efforts that we don't put in place as a country for develop women football. I feel say now we don't see so. I make we see under 17 list. Even male, for you see male, you get under 17, they represented now World Cup, international stages. It's difficult, but for senior women football under 17, so women them, I feel say it's a testament to waiting. Don't be done over the years. We know every day we see a league. We don't say a league, and I think most of them players then come out from that league. If you not get a national league where they go on, how can you identify players who will represent the country? So I feel say this is a step in the right direction. Also, we just want to use this opportunity for motivate the girls and also the team. Now qualification first, Jaffa to the World Cup. But we have to motivate them ahead of these stellar games that we then get for play. Jaffa, it brings a lot. It also brings opportunity for them players, so they will see them overseas. We get powerful clubs then, like Arsenal Female Club, powerful teams the way Sabi. If we not get man the way, it is a wish for see male football players they're able for dinner Barca or Arsenal, then top flight European teams. But if we cannot, I feel say we get opportunity for ensure say women them able for play for the female clubs and we don't talk about. And the games then coming into the game the games that we then for play. We get for see the under 17 lock on with Ivory Coast, Jaffa. That will be the first game. Yes, 12th April. We go play against Ivory Coast, and I will go host that game day. But that game we go play. And I am a soccer Ivory Coast, and the other leg will play the 17th April 2026. A winner of that particular fixture day, they play another team with themselves gets for battle, Jaffa, and the one way end up for qualify or end up for become the winner will qualify for the under 17 female World Cup, Jaffa.
Okay, we start to look at the names them we don't be called up, but then Mohamed Lamine Kebe quickly passing an eye on the female football so far. We don't see a lot of things have done they happen, and of late we see how the female football don't they get competitive contenders then for trophies. In the past years or so, it be just between just for Mogbemo Queens, but now Siram K come into the mix. FC Calon they show some signs, Crownla Queens, and a whole lot of one. How much of the structure don't help for this competitiveness they go up and female football right from the early stage?
I think say the competitiveness, yes, it don't go over time. Like you say, we get a one-man show. Simon will quit. I think it was 3 seasons. They won the league, but we don't say I'm kid on the mix as you say also. And even FC can only do very well. I feel say the incentive around the competition itself, the National League for Women football. I feel say the incentive around it. We see my passive don't support this that. So I feel say Orlando don't provide moral booster for the player them, and self don't improve the wants from people for all the urge for win the trophy, and also for able for making mark. There is a lot when it comes to National League. Jaffa always say this. Even if you don't come first, second, third, and get a competition where they can play. This is a criteria. So I feel say Orlando, they get for then they go get their spirit, and then they also don't change or don't bring about the high spirit in terms of competitiveness when you talk about. And going forward, I feel say we get for the Siam. Jaffa. There's also individual performance. Jaffa. Right now, Manchester United, we don't see much of Manchester United. If you want to say, we want to analyze Manchester United on the whole, particular season and even the last season performance. But do you know Bruno Fernandes up for PFA Player of the Year? So waiting this I tell for say, even if you not win the cup, you get for play. because you go find yourself in the kind of situation where Bruno Fernandes find himself. And I feel say now all of the team and the way they whet appetite and also the improve incentive for player them and the female Premier League with the carry on.
Okay, now let's try to pay attention to the list we don't come out for the U17 team. And according to head coach Fatmata Toure, he don't select 20 players for represent Salone in the first preliminary round of FIFA Women's U17 World Cup qualifiers, and Salone will start a double-header match against Ivory Coast in this April, and the first one go play on the 12th, and that one they go play inside Ivory Coast, and all two of the fixtures then will play inside Ivory Coast, but in the same stadium also. So let's look at the goalkeepers. We start with Hawa Morrison, and also we get Zainab Kamara and Adama M. Kamara from the goalkeeping department for the U17 team. And defenders, we get Fatma Tati Koroma, Mata Vandi, Usman Musu Senge, Fat Aisata Mori, Rugiatu Jallo for the defending wing, and the midfielders we get Mabinti S. Conte, Memunatu Bangoa, Marian Sanko, Marie Kabia, Hawanatu S. Bangoa, and Fatmata E. Conte. And also from the forward we get Ruth M. Bauer, we get also Sarah A. Toure, Khadija Dean, and Marina M. Toa with Hawanatu Kaba, and also last but not least Masiri Toure. Mohamed Amin Kebe, you don't listen to the list of players then, but taking your mind back in recent times when Salone they get a competition at Liberia, we see how the same U17 been put up a lot of work with trainings, and we personally be followed that one day when the coach give them an extensive drill for play against under 14 boys and under 16 boys when they under 17, for add to the intensity, for press and able for get control and build on their confidence. Could we expect the same for this one, particularly they play against Ivory Coast, where now another African nation where don't build strong foundation on women's football?
I missed the question.
And I ask about how this female team in a previous tournament to them be get WAFU tournament in Liberia. The coach be put them under serious deal where they play against under 14 and under 15 men's team na Salone for improve their quality and build their confidence. Will be make them perform a very good deal inside Liberia. So they ask about how we will expect the same kind from this one against Ivory Coast, when another African giant in female football.
I feel say this is dependent on the coach, Jaffa, dependent on the coach. But certain times, football decision or coach decision, not mean say if you do on that, you could do on this. I feel say you have to look at the opposing teams. And also, you have to look at the strength of players, the mental capacity, and from that day, you go able for know the kind training what they deserve going to that match against Ivory Coast. But I don't have enough to speak about that, Jaffa. I feel say it have to happen to the situation, as I don't say, Jaffa. Depending on the situation. The coach in your wisdom and you get that prerogative there as a coach for introduce new tactics, new formula going forward in every match. Every match gets your momentum, Jaffa.
Okay, continue for still to be inside.
I feel say also personally, apart from this game itself, I feel say woman they need, well, you know, go equate them to the kind of training women they get. No, we equate the same training, the same level of training, but I feel say they need to be drilled up, Jaffa, going forward. Because if you look at other female clubs, them, whether it's club or international teams, them, they get some amount of male strength. So I feel say going forward, Jaffa, I feel say generally, apart from under 17, across the board, whether it's the national team or national female team, I feel say they need some amount of rugged or rigged training, Jaffa, going forward.
Okay, continue for still to be inside this edition of the program. Now, as you know, the Leon Premier League still they continue, and we can try for turn our attention now to match week 24 on which we to for expect after that mind-blowing results and we get to match week 23. So we'll try to see how results have been panned out, and then we'll look at what to for expecting side. We also don't see inside match week 24 Star Sports been get a 3-1 victory against Bulham Stars, Slipher win 2-1 against Freetown City Football Club. By Boya Warriors get 1-0 victory over Cambo Eagles. Sports Authority lost to Mighty Blackpool by a single goal to nil, and Old Edwardians been get a 2-1 victory over title defenders we na Eastern Lions. Usum Stars been win 1-0 against Diamond Stars na McKinney. Loa FC been get a single goal to nil against Abacha City, and by Boga Warriors safe behold Bantal FC by 1-1 draw, whilst Rangers trash FC Calon by 3 goals to nil. This now the results the move been get inside the last match week, on match week 23, but we want to pay attention to what we expect inside match week 24 as a whole lot of very, very interesting things them would expect for CN. We don't see how big games them they fall into place now. Fixtures they will not be the expect say for big games because of the table twist. They know they turn big game fixtures then now. How much does this pay credence to the competitive nature of the league, and how or what kind of impact way this will get, particularly for build more attention on for give more strength on the attention of the league from fans?
Jaffa, I feel say we are getting to the tail end. Like any football in here, the end could be very tough because some teams need to fight for save themselves from relegation. Jaffa, that is why you say even matches the way you know feel say forget some amount of relevance get right now, because imagine somebody they force they play against somebody they 16 or 17 at the league. It's a big game because the person with the 16 they fight not for relegate, and while you really force you fight for maintain your points where you get, or in some situation you have to extend the lead points going into the final stages of the league. So like any other league, like any other football league, Jaffa, whether in England now the same, almost is the same thing they happen in England between Arsenal and Manchester City, Jaffa. So I feel this is not a surprise. Jaffa, say any match now, Euro Premier League, very exciting and very buzzing, Jaffa, because now everything is at stake. Some people never relegate, as I have said, and so teams and they want for inside the first 3 position, even if you're not able to win, because it comes with a prize. When you come for, you get the prize where you go get. And also, team we can second third, we know, so you go represent Salon and by the African Champions League. So all of that, they considering all of those things, Jaffa, I feel say that is why we don't need see the league, the buzzing at this particular time now.
Yes, I think the value of the league don't be aware by some of the clubs then. But let's turn our attention to the fixtures over expecting inside match week 24. We go see Eastern Lions they play against Star Sport Academy, and also we go see Bo Rangers go welcome by Boga Warriors na the Southern Arena, and we will also see Bulham Stars they engage with Wilberforce Strikers. Diamond Stars will also play with Slipher Football Club, and Mighty Blackpool will look forward for deep in and dive into top 10 spots as they play against Luawa FC. Cambo Eagles, the entertain Ports Authority in Kenema, and Freetown City Football Club go host Calon, the approved school, and Bantal FC go Bade with Old Edwardians Football Club. Abacha City, Sef go lock horns with Osum Stars. Very, very interesting picks. But Mohamed Lamin Kebe, looking at some of them fixtures there, we get games like Bantal FC, Old Edwardians. We get Ports Authority, Camboy Eagles. We'll also get Bull Rangers, Bible Warriors, and Eastern Lions Star Sports Academy. That are the 4 big picks for the week for the very toughest of fixtures where you are not going for move away from. But the tricky one, them also, we get Abacha City versus Wusum Stars. This now a match side Wusum Stars go on for pile more pressure on Abacha City as then they 10th at the table at the moment, but then Abacha City they 17th at the table, and a win for Abacha City can bring them up to 13 na the table, and so that one they go back for be very, very interesting. And also go for Slifa, they travel for go na Kono for play against Diamond Stars with the 16th na the table, and that one they get for be another very interesting picks again. Like I say, because of the table position and the competitiveness of the league and how much teams they really know they get 5 games winning streak, it really don't make every and all fixtures very, very important. Imagine for match week for match week 24, you go just one for Bulom Stars versus Wilberforce Strikers fixture as the odd one, but all the other one them get implication to the league. Even Bulom Stars and FC Calon safe get implication because Bulom Stars go on for move away from relegation threatened zone, and FC Calon go one for deep in and dive into top 3 spots, because a win for them can narrow the gap between them and Old Edwardians, who sit on third at the moment. And now Old Edwardians, Mohamed Lamin Kebe, they play against Bantal FC.
Yes, Jaffa. I think they all get a cause. They'll get all the effects for it in Jaffa. So looking at match week 24 for the Leo Premier League, I want to agree with you. So we get some fixtures and way it's very difficult to miss. The one we get for do with Banter FC and Old Edwardians. Banter self the first for support from the old boys, from the past student association. A lot of commitment to the players, Jaffa. I can tell you that day. Also, they don't double their money. Old Edwardians their money. What they will get for any win we then get. So now they will play Banter FC and quickly I want to say, now some of the things in this way I feel say we need for ensure say we will improve performance, so that when you go watch the game, you go for when you go watch any level game, you go able you will get the urge, or you will get the urge for watch a next one, irrespective say no to your team or not your team, Jaffa. Forget incentive also for players. All the audience, as I tell you, them players any game when they win now, Jaffa, then get incentive. They don't double the money they get for any game where they win. So you want to agree with me? Say any game now we will head of the audience play against any team, so it's tough one.
Yes,
and we need that day. We need such support from other teams. Other teams and they will do Jaffa. But I feel say this is a welcoming news, and also for Eastern Lions and Star Sports Academy. Also, Star Sports Academy one for win this year's competition. They have been doing very well. But Eastern Lions, on the other hand, and they host this match, and it's going to be a difficult one for Star Sports Academy, as they try for or they try for trace Bo Rangers, or they compete with Bo Rangers as the league they come to a close.
Okay, continue for still to the program. Sports Update Extra, they continue. And the time from the studio clock now 10:25. But the number is 077-981-981. Don't open now. And at this point, to the pause for a short while, take this break. When we come back, not going outside, they start for look at the quarterfinals fixture for the UEFA Champions League. And like you know, would expect say yourself go call for make your contribution, or even make your prediction on how some of the fixtures then they go end up. But we'll take this break now. When we come, we open the phone line and talk small bit about the quarterfinal fixtures of the UEFA Champions League.
Brace up yourself and ready for another sports program. That na Sport Update Extra, where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM from Monday to Friday, as you will get detailed discussion and analysis on team them like football,
Little chance for a marker now. Cyrillion with a magnificent equaliser.
cricket, with other sporting discipline them, plus policy statements them.
Having overt conflict that will affect the sport, the legislation gives us the powers to deregister you.
And international sports news, fixture, and results from top league them na Euro. So, for just 45 minutes every day, listen to Sport Update Extra on Radio Democracy 98.1 FM from 10 o'clock morning to 10:45, as yourself will get a chance for add your voice to the program. Brace up yourself and ready for another sports program. That na Sport Update Extra, where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM from Monday to Friday, as you will get detailed discussion and analysis on team them like football,
Little chance for a marker now. Cyrillion with a magnificent equaliser.
cricket, with other sporting discipline them, plus policy statements them.
Having overt conflict that will affect the sport, the legislation gives us the powers to deregister you.
And international sports news, fixture, and results from top league them na Euro. So, for just 45 minutes every day, listen to Sport Update Extra on Radio Democracy 98.1 FM from 10 o'clock morning to 10:45, as yourself will get a chance for add your voice to the program.
The program Sports Update Extra, they continue 077-981-981 the number you go use. 077-981-981 the number you go use for be part of this edition, and the voice to the different team them. Where would you look at inside this edition of the program Sports Update Extra? Mohamed Lamin Kebe. Now, the UEFA Champions League fixtures for the quarterfinal stage, they out now, and today we're going to see some very, very interesting one then today, as the Tuesdays in Europe can be very, very much buzzing, particularly for this week where we get the UEFA Champions League. Mohamed.
Exactly, Jaffa. I think it's an exciting time for football lovers. Say Champions League, they play today. Doing a quarterfinal stage now, Jaffa. And today we go see Real Madrid will play Bayern Munich. We know Real Madrid and caliber, and also we know say they are the best team when it comes to European competition. They don't win Champions League past any other team in Europe. And Bayern Munich, on the other hand, themselves, I think they get three or four champions. I stand to be corrected. They get 3 or 4 Champions League, 4 Champions League, and then relatively don't they do well, including this year's Champions League and the league also. They don't do very well. That game they will play 7 o'clock, and Fambulen for understands it's a 2-legged match, and Real Madrid they play host to Bayern Munich today. And also on the other hand, we will see Sporting CP they play Arsenal. Arsenal, I think say.
Don't reach your point now. Just go and see what's in the happen.
This game means a lot for Arsenal.
You don't think so? Now don't reach a point now for the.
I know I talk as an
for the predict as Arsenal fan. They say, this will win now, but we need to go and watch the game and see how the results will pan out.
Like any other fixture or like any other team, you will predict say your team will win. And obviously anybody will predict say your team will lose. But I know I want to talk as an Arsenal fan. I want to look at the facts and also maybe I make prediction from the facts. Jaffa, Sporting CP, they don't do very well themselves. We see how they're able to pass.
Just one game they don't lost at the home league.
Exactly. They don't do very well, and it's difficult for them between a Sporting CP. The last time, didn't qualify against Bodo Glimt. We all see them spectacularly.
Yeah, from 3-0 down.
From 3-0 down, they came and they went and overturned the whole results and be able to qualify for the quarterfinals. And see them will play against Arsenal. Arsenal, on the other hand, they have been doing very well. Although quite recently, we see they don't drop out of 2 competitions, and Wither the entitled hopes of winning 4 trophies, Jaffa. But I feel say, in anyone's estimation, Arsenal will beat Sporting CP. But looking at the fact and also looking at past performances and Jaffa. But at the end of the day, it's football. Football is bound to external shocks, and also football is bound also to a day's result. You could all get results, pass you compete, not do very well for the whole season, but to get a day's results. Nobody expected Southampton for beat Arsenal, Jaffa. So for me, it's a fun fair for people who like sports, more especially for people who like football. I think it's an opportunity for watch. Then 2 fine games in there. I know say non-Arsenal fans will be interested in watching the Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich.
Even with the defeat of the back of the FA Cup fixture.
Yeah, Jaffa. Now, yeah, they say so. But Arsenal fans will prefer their own team, for watch their own team game. Like me, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, it's much of a bigger game than Sporting CP and Arsenal. But I would choose to watch Arsenal game every time, Jaffa.
Okay, now let's open the phone line now. 077-981-981. The number you go use 077-981-981. The number you go use. You can call now for make your contribution and add the voice to the different thing they will look at inside this edition. 077-981-981. Call and make your contribution and add the voice to the different thing they will look at inside this edition of the program Sports Update Extra, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. 077-981-981. Now the number we go use 077-981-981. Now the number we go use for be part of this edition, and add the voice to the different thing they will look at inside this edition of the program Sports Update Extra. Inside the program, we still get some other fixtures. Tell me what you think about Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich, and what do you think they will likely be the champions for the 2026 UEFA Champions League final. And with Arsenal also locking, we also get Paris Saint-Germain in the mix, and other teams we for play tomorrow, as we get some very, very interesting one them we can bring a better day for you. We UEFA Champions League final. Also tomorrow we go for see Barcelona, they play against Atletico Madrid, and Paris Saint-Germain safe go welcome Liverpool na the Parc des Princes. That's not some of the fixtures then, but the number is still open. 077-981-981. The number you go use 077-981-981. Call now and make your contribution and add the voice to the different thing they will look at inside this edition. 077-981-981. 077-981-981. You can call now for make your contribution and add the voice to the different thing they will look at inside this edition of the program Sports Update Extra, as it comes to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And at any time from now, we'll make sure we will for bring some of the latest updates now the international scene for get to listeners them up to date. And according to rumors we get from the international news, we see Harry Maguire forget a possible 1-year extension contract in Manchester United because of the kind of performance we don't put up inside this particular season. And they look at a situation now outside Liverpool. Manager and Slot done they under very, very serious pressure, and so another game defeat against Paris Saint-Germain can put him into doubting situation about him retaining the job all through this season. They continue for look at some of the other updates, and we'll get inside today in edition of the program Sports Updates, as Tottenham manager, the new Tottenham manager Roberto De Zerbi don't make commitment say in signature for being Tottenham coach. Now one way he will look for relish, even if he happens to relegate he say he willing for relegate with Tottenham and come up back with Tottenham as the case may be. Well, that's some of the news then we will get. We will still continue for giving us some of the updates then we get inside this one. Arteta insists say Arsenal must use recent defeat as a fuel inside the Champions League encounter where they go play against Sporting CP. Sporting CP, they host this first edition, and many people go to want to see how that one they go pan out. The last time they host team na the Champions League, the team collect 5-0 inside Sporting CP, 5-1 defeat, and so Arsenal no go want to be a victim of that situation. So Arteta statement kind of fits into the kind of situation where they at the moment say therefore use the defeat against Southampton as fuel for get a victory over Sporting inside the UEFA Champions League quarterfinal stage. Yesterday we see Politano strike as Napoli down AC Milan to leapfrog opponent into second position. Now Napoli don't go second at the Italian Serie A, but then still on Champions League we get company was yet for make a call on Kane ahead of the Bayern clash with Real Madrid. Is still no able for confirm yet if Harry Kane go able for meet up the match between them, Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, and so that one can be a very, very important one for Bayern Munich inside this fixture. This is going to be a very much star-studded fixture for not only Bayern Munich but also for Real Madrid, and for make fans really enjoy football and entertainment. This other one they say. And this other one, they say Carrick appointment could see Zexi stay and fight for Man United place. And we will wait to see how things will develop with Zexi. As other news where they say Arsenal Martinelli set for escape FA punishment for pushing the referee. Okay, this one from the English Championship side, they say Roy Hodgson delighted with first win after taking charge over Bristol City, and this other one they say starts behind Arsenal trip to Southampton amid hunt for historic treble. Well, these are some of the things that we get time for inside this edition of the program Sports Update Extra. Plenty thank you to the listeners and viewers them we being dealt with all through this while, and also plenty thank you to we guest for today Mohammed Lamin Kebe, we producer Musa Kama, me will be in Canton at this one, me name na Jaffa Mans Davis. But until the next edition of the program Sports Updates Extra, we'll say plenty thank you to the technical person on duty Lucinda Williams, and Mei Kama Abango. I'm going to see you live on Facebook and YouTube. Have a nice day. Goodbye for now.